Animals can run from danger, hunt for territory, or migrate to find food. Plants are locked into whatever patch of soil they first sprouted from. If a towering oak tree simply dropped its acorns straight down, hundreds of saplings would sprout in the exact same spot. They would all fight for the very same limited water and sunlight, starving both themselves and the parent tree. To survive, plants had to find a way to move their offspring far away from home. They evolved mechanisms to disperse, meaning to scatter or distribute their young across wide geographic areas. Without a single muscle or leg, flora built a massive transit network, relying on the physical environment to travel and spread across entire continents. A plant's legacy completely depends on its ability to pack its offspring into tiny, resilient vessels capable of surviving a harsh global journey. At the center of this botanical transit system is the seed. It is a specialized survival pod built to keep a tiny, dormant baby plant alive through extreme heat, freezing cold, and long distances. This image shows a microscopic view of several dozen seed varieties. Notice the immense range of different textures, spikes, and armors here. Each unique shape is a specific evolutionary solution for a different environmental mission. Inside, the architecture is highly efficient. You have the embryo, which is the actual young plant. Surrounding it is the endosperm, a starchy or oily food supply that serves as the payload's fuel. Finally, everything is wrapped inside a protective outer layer called the testa, or seed coat. That thick testa acts as a lock. It allows the embryo to halt its own development and remain in suspended animation, sometimes for years. It waits in the dark until temperature and moisture levels are perfectly safe for it to finally grow. While this armor is built to resist decay and extreme weather, it is also heavy. It has no built-in engine, so it needs an external vehicle to actually get anywhere. This diagram shows the reproductive parts of a mature flower. The central structure here is the stigma-style ovary system. That ovary at the base is the manufacturing facility, where the plant builds a transport vehicle for its seed. Once the flower is pollinated, the petals fall away. The ovary begins to swell and ripen, building a thick wall called a pericarp completely around the vulnerable seed. You can see here how the apple's flesh is actually the expanded ovary wall surrounding the core. In the kitchen, we tend to categorize produce by sweetness, but in botany, the rule is strict. Any seed-bearing structure formed from a ripened flower ovary is officially a fruit. That means eggplants, cucumbers, and even the hard shells of acorns are all fruits. Plant scientists generally group these vehicles into two primary architectural styles: fleshy fruits and dry fruits. The plant chooses which style to build based entirely on how it intends to travel. Whether it takes the form of a juicy peach or a tough, woody nut, every single fruit is a specialized delivery system. Its sole purpose is to protect the genetic cargo inside and successfully deliver it to a new patch of soil. Fleshy fruits utilize animal dispersal to spread. By packing the pericarp with sweet sugars and nutrients, the plant bribes birds and mammals into eating the produce. The animals wander off, digest the meal, and deposit the seeds far away in a pile of ready-made fertilizer. Dry fruits often rely on the wind. They evolve aerodynamic shapes, like the spinning helicopter blades of a maple key or the tiny, fluffy parachutes of a dandelion, allowing them to ride thermal air currents for miles. Other species develop their fruits for water dispersal. Plants like the coconut palm or the sea bean build buoyant, heavily waterproofed shells that can float in ocean currents for weeks before washing up on a distant beach. Some dry fruits don't wait for external help at all. They build up internal pressure inside the pod until it violently bursts open, physically flinging the seeds away from the parent stalk. By harnessing the wind, riding the ocean currents, and tricking local wildlife into doing the heavy lifting, completely stationary organisms have managed to colonize almost every landmass on Earth. Reaching a new destination is only the first step. To break dormancy, the seed must undergo scarification. This is a process where the seed coat is physically weakened by the harshness of the journey itself, whether that means surviving freezing winter temperatures, scraping against river rocks, or passing through the highly acidic digestive tract of a bird. Once that tough testa is finally worn down, tiny pores open up. For the first time since it left the parent plant, essential water and oxygen are able to penetrate the armor and reach the sleeping embryo inside. This triggers germination. The embryo consumes its starchy endosperm fuel, swells in size, and cracks the rest of the shell open. It sends a taproot aggressively down into the earth to anchor itself. Successful seed dispersal allows individual plants to colonize new territory. Over millions of years, these tiny journeys have built the forests and grasslands that anchor our soil and produce the oxygen we depend on. Let's test what we've covered. If you see a seed equipped with a lightweight parachute, which transport mechanism is it using? That aerodynamic shape means it relies on wind dispersal. What about a massive, heavy seed encased in a hollow, buoyant shell? That waterproof armor is designed for long voyages using water dispersal. And if you find a dry seed covered entirely in tiny, sharp microhooks, those burrs are meant to snack onto passing fur or feathers, utilizing animal dispersal. The next time you slice open an apple or brush a burr off your pant leg, you are looking at an ancient, specialized traveler successfully executing a grand global adventure.